Suspenseful. The screen goes black. Neutral. It is a normal Tuesday morning. You are holding your phone. You are waiting for a text from your boss. The little loading circle spins and spins. And then the signal bars drop to 0. You reset your router. You check your cellular data. Nothing. You step outside to ask your neighbor. They are looking at their phone too. Is it just your street? No. It is your city. It is your country. It is the entire world. Suspenseful. The global internet has just collapsed entirely, and you are about to witness the end of the modern era. Neutral hour 1 is deceptively quiet. You think it is a temporary glitch, a minor inconvenience. People step out of their offices. They look at the sky. They joke about taking a day off. But the jokes stop very quickly. Anxious. You walk to the local coffee shop to wait it out. You try to use your credit card. Declined. The cashier looks confused. The cash register needs a cloud connection to process the transaction. You cannot buy a coffee. You cannot buy groceries. You cannot buy gasoline. Serious. This is because over 90% of global currency is completely digital. It does not exist in physical vaults. It exists as ones and zeros on massive server racks. When the servers disconnect, your money vanishes. Your bank account is essentially erased. How will you buy food? Neutral day 1 begins the true panic. The roads become chaotic death traps. Traffic lights run on automated, synchronized network systems. Without the internet, intersections become a free-for-all. You try to drive home to check on your family. A 10-minute commute takes 6 hours. Cars are abandoned on the highway. Scared. When you finally arrive home, you turn on the television. Static. You turn on the radio. Nothing but local static. Most modern broadcasting relies heavily on internet protocols and digital uplinks to transmit data. You have no news. You have no emergency broadcasts. You are completely blind to the outside world. Serious, let us look at history. In 1859, the Earth was hit by the Carrington event. This was a massive solar storm. It fried the primitive telegraph systems across the globe. Telegraph paper actually caught fire in the offices. Operators were shocked by their own equipment. The world was plunged into a communication darkness. But back then, they did not rely on computers to pump their drinking water. You do. Suspenseful, and your water is about to stop flowing. Urgent. By day 3, the global supply chains absolutely shatter. Neutral. Think about your local mega supermarket. It looks massive, but it only holds about 3 days of inventory. The trucks that bring the food are dispatched by GPS, complex algorithms, and global logistics networks. Without the internet, the warehouses do not know what is missing. The trucks do not know where to go. The ports are paralyzed. The trucks simply stop driving. The shelves are completely empty. People become desperate. The polite neighbors you knew are now fighting over canned beans and bottled water in the aisles. Hunger changes human psychology incredibly fast. What are you willing to do for your family? Serious. This is not just a food crisis. It is a catastrophic medical crisis. Urgent hospitals are running out of critical life-saving supplies. Life support machines still run on backup diesel generators for now. But patient medical records are locked away in inaccessible cloud databases. Doctors do not know who is allergic to what medication. They do not know who needs insulin. People are dying from entirely preventable causes. You see your community fracturing. Law enforcement is stretched far beyond its limits. Police radios run on localized networks, but regional and national coordination is completely dead. Neutral to Week 1 brings a brand new terror. The power grids start to fail. Serious. Modern power grids are smart grids. They are not simple on and off switches. They require constant, millisecond by millicaten internet communication to balance loads, monitor usage, and prevent catastrophic surges. Without this digital balancing act, power stations begin automatically shutting down to protect their own infrastructure from catching fire. Suspenseful. The lights go out, first in your neighborhood, then your city, then across your entire country. In 1989, a much smaller geomagnetic storm hit Quebec, Canada. Within exactly 90 seconds, the entire provincial power grid collapsed. Millions of people were left freezing in the dark. But that was just one province in one country. Now, it is the whole planet. And the power is not coming back on anytime soon. Neutral. By month 1, human society looks completely different. Serious. The concept of the nation-state is crumbling rapidly. You do not care about what the president or the prime minister is doing. You only care about who controls the local water source. Modern water treatment plants are fully automated. They use digital sensors to mix chemicals and pump clean water to your house. They have completely shut down. You are boiling river water over a fire to survive. Anxious global trade is dead in the water, literally. Massive cargo ships are stuck in ports or drifting at sea. In 2008, a single ship dragged its anchor in the Mediterranean Sea. It accidentally cut critical underwater submarine internet cables. This plunged the entire Middle East into a temporary dark age, crippling their economies instantly. That was just a localized accident. This collapse is permanent. Serious. The geopolitics of the planet shift dramatically. Suspenseful, the nations with the most advanced cutting-edge technology fall the hardest. The United States, the European Union, and China are entirely paralyzed. Their massive military might rely on satellite uplinks, digital targeting systems, and instant communication. They cannot launch advanced drones. They cannot track incoming missile threats. A multi-billion-dollar stealth bomber is now just a useless piece of heavy metal on a runway. Neutral, meanwhile, developing nations with more localized analog agriculture adapt much faster. The poorest off-grid farmers are suddenly the most resilient people on Earth. They know how to grow food without an app. They know how to harvest rainwater. You're curious. How did this happen? Was it a massive coordinated cyber attack by a rogue state? Was it an extreme solar flare that fried the servers? Was it a catastrophic internal failure of the root servers that hold the internet together? Serious. It does not matter anymore. The cause is history. The reality is pure survival. Urgent. Without the internet, there is no global economy. There is no stock market. There is no Wall Street. Trillions of dollars of imaginary wealth evaporate into thin air instantly. Megacorporations vanish overnight. Tech billionaires who held all their wealth in digital stocks are suddenly completely broke. Physical gold, silver, and ammunition become the only trusted currencies in the world. Neutral. Fast forward 6 months. The winter is harsh. The global population has dropped drastically. The initial starvation, the lack of clean water, and the absence of basic medicine took a massive and heavy toll. The cities are largely abandoned. They are concrete deserts with no resources. People have migrated out to the countryside. Serious. You are one of the survivors. You have joined a small, walled community. Everyone has a job. You grow your own potatoes. You chop your own wood. You trade manual labor for security. You read physical books by candlelight. You speak to your neighbors face to face. Neutral. You notice something strange happening to your own mind. Curious without the constant dopamine hits of social media, your brain begins to rewire itself. The chronic anxiety of the digital age fades away. You are no longer comparing your life to strangers on a screen. You are focused on the immediate, tangible world around you. Serious. But the work is brutally hard. A simple infection from a cut can be a death sentence without modern antibiotics. You miss the old world. You miss the convenience. You miss the safety net that the invisible web of data provided. Let us fast forward 1 full year since the collapse. Suspenseful someone in your community finds an old, dusty laptop in a basement. They spend weeks rigging up a makeshift solar panel from scavenged parts. They finally get enough charge. They plug the laptop in. Urgent. The screen flickers to life. The familiar glow illuminates their face. They click on the Wi-Fi icon. It searches for a network. It searches and searches. Nothing. Neutral. We built an incredibly complex global society balanced on an invisible, fragile web of data. We forgot how delicate it truly was. We outsourced our collective survival to machines and algorithms that we do not even understand. Serious. The global internet collapse forces humanity to hit the absolute reset button. It is a brutal, violent, and terrifying transition. But it also strips away all the modern noise. It forces us back to the roots of human existence. Curious. Look around you right now. Look at your smart devices. Look at your digital thermostat. Look at your reliance on the digital cloud for your memories, your money, and your food. Urgent. If it all vanished tomorrow morning, would you know how to survive the first week? Suspenseful. The clock is ticking.